scheduled meeting of the Turon City Council, is the 14th of April, and my birthday is coming soon. We will call the meeting to order and we will discuss the agenda. You have before you items on the agenda.
No, roll call.
Oh, she always slips that on there. Do we have a roll call?
Dana
Who is
Brock.
here? Are you here?
Dana Brock, I'm here.
Okay.
Gabriel Bunker. Colton Green.
All you people are here. Okay, we do have a quorum. All right, now we will look at the agenda.
To new business, I would like to add the door getting kicked in on the records room.
What about the record room?
The door getting kicked in.
Okay. Anything else? Anything else? Going once? Going twice?
What about,
Approve the agenda.
Oh, the on the schedule, McElhaney.
Okay. Where would you prefer to be? Audience
I
comments?
think they're on.
Oh, okay.
I think
Excuse me?
Yes, you're on.
Here.
Okay.
You're on.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Roy.
Anything else on the agenda? Motion to approve as changed?
Make a motion to approve the agenda with the changes.
I'll second.
Aye.
You have before you minutes, two sets of minutes. You have minutes from March the 10th. Unapproved minutes. We will have those before you and you will have an opportunity to look at those. See if there are any changes.
I make a motion to approve the March 10th, 2025 minutes.
Second.
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. You have before you minutes of a special meeting held March the 25th at 7 p.m. Any changes or corrections on that?
I make a motion to approve March 25th minutes.
Second. Aye.
Those minutes will be approved. Thank you. You should have before you a blue sheet that has unpaid bills. I encourage you to take a look at those.
Make a motion to approve the unpaid bills.
I'll second.
Aye.
Bill, you approve? Kelly, did we happen to ever receive an $800 refund from Kitco and Great Bend, which had to do with that chain that was purchased for the road grader?
I don't remember.
Okay,
I haven't received a check.
and I'm not hearing you, I'm sorry.
I haven't received a check.
A check.
I haven't. But they might have done it back in our account, but I'm not sure.
And that should be forthcoming, I would think.
I'll double check.
That has been returned. I can call them if that needs to be. All right. Thank you. Approval of bills. Mayor's report. Two items I will mention. And the first, I'm pleased to report that we have indeed received a $7,500 grant from the Hutchinson Community Foundation for repairs and renovations on this door and these windows. Now, you will have in your agenda an estimate from Pratt Glass for $13,743. You may ponder that for the moment. We're not ready to take action on that now, but I would like to take action soon, tonight if possible, maybe under new business or somewhere else, wherever you want to put it. But we did indeed get a grant for $7,500. I will give you my pep talk now. If it is in your interest to repair that door and those windows, if you think you ever want to do that, my opinion is it's probably the best deal you're going to get for the rest of our lives. But I'm not the council, we're the council people that make that decision.
Well, this Pratt Glass deal for $13,743, it looks like it's just for the windows, not the door.
There's no door listed there.
Maybe that was windows on those other windows up there, I don't know. I thought it was the door that was involved.
I don't know, we'll get some more info on that.
It does say 6 windows, and I didn't know if they was counting those as double hung, is that would be 6, or if it's these 3 and the 3 above the...
Probably these 3 windows and the 3 up above that we done put plexiglass over. It didn't include the door.
It does include the door?
No.
It did not. How about the window sills and the jamb?
Well, it included these windows and the 3 up front, up top that we already put plexiglass over now. And that bed was, what, a year old? As far as I'm concerned, it ain't no good anyway.
This was dated February. It's good for 25 days, it says.
Yes, it may be outdated.
Okay. Well, that's only 2 months.
Well, as long as we do some windows, we can probably do the door and be within the limit of the law with the Hudson Community Foundation with regard to the grant application that we've made. But you may indeed spend more than $13,000 on it. You may ponder that while we press on. We received a dumpster about the first of the month, and it's located by the maintenance shop. It was filled up immediately in the first 3 or 4 days, and now we're dealing with the second one. I don't know, is it full yet?
We done dumped it, didn't hold too often on the 3rd one.
I'm sorry?
We've dumped it twice already, and on the 3rd one.
On your 3rd one now, okay. How remind me again how that's billed. How many do we get on our contract?
2 in the spring, 2 in the fall, we understand it.
Okay, are we, each one we get now is we're paying for, I assume?
Well, yeah, I would say.
Okay. Anyway, that is there, seems to be well taken advantage of. On the other hand, I have had a comment or two about whether or not people who are not necessarily Turon residents are putting stuff in the dumpster, which we are paying for, and for the hauling and for the dumping and for the hauling to Hutchinson and the use of the dumpster. So I don't know if this is a major league, big time problem, or, I don't know, I'd probably, if there were lots of people that were doing that, it would be a concern. Since if it's just a few, I have no objection to hauling a couple of washing machines for the area residents if it comes to that. But if there was a major problem, we might need to.
The washing machine should be in the metal pile.
I'm sorry?
The washing machine should be taken to the
Yeah,
metal
I
pile.
probably misspoke. I was
Okay.
just talking about some sort of generic
I
miscellaneous
see.
item that might be generated. So anyway, if you have comments and thoughts, I will leave you to ponder that a little bit, see if you can see if there's a problem there. Any questions or comments further? Let's see, Michaela will talk about an audit. She and I have both been contacting auditing firms for their intentions, and their interest, and their fees, and having a hard time getting a lot of commitments to come back. So I never did get back from the ATC outfit in Pratt. Perhaps, Michaela, perhaps you have something from them. So anyway, we'll talk about that under audits. So any other questions for me? I will move on. Guest speakers. Ms. Richter, hold the fourth.
I am asking you to consider putting a child at play or speed limit sign on Will. Keith Wright has 2 small children, and I'm not saying that they would neglect them, but kids are kids. And they're constantly in the road, across the road, or all over. And Will Street seems to be the cutoff, 661, and they fly down that road. And I just don't want to have to bury another child because of stupidity.
Actually, I just drove down that road before I came to meeting, and
They're up there.
pulled right out in front of me, so.
And they're little.
Luckily, I was at the corner, so I
Yeah.
had to stop, but I mean, I just caught him at the corner of my eye, and because he was on a little motorcycle.
I don't blame the parents, but the little kids are too young to understand the danger.
I think maybe someone needs to maybe just say something to them, you know, like, I'm glad they're outside, I'm glad they're playing, but.
I think it
let's-
has been done.
Let's just,
And now they go to Patty's house, the old church, right there on the corner, you know? I just don't want to, you know.
right, yeah.
I guess on my conscience, I wanted to bring it up. And if something gets done, hooray. If something doesn't, I did what I could do.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'd like you guys to consider that.
You know, I'd just like to ask him maybe just to set the kids down and say, hey, you know, just be a little.
But you seen how little the child is, how much of an attention span does that
Yeah,
child
but
have?
they're old enough, I mean.
Yeah.
they're
I mean, whatever you
7,
guys wanna
6,
do, I just had to be able to sleep at night knowing I
Right,
tried.
yeah. It is a problem, I agree
Yeah.
with that.
Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else on the speaker list? Going once, going twice?
Say what?
Anyone else on the guest speaker list? Did you wish to speak?
Yeah,
Please identify yourself and get through.
He's not on the guest speaker.
He's gotta get put on
The
there.
audience comment.
Okay, we'll put you down in audience comments then. That'll be a little further down the agenda. I apologize for getting you all excited here. So.
no, that's quite okay. I have another one anyway. But if somebody's in town that has a bicycle or something moving around town, I'll gladly buy them a flag. I ride a trike through town and it's a flag, it's tall enough, you'll see. If somebody would be interested in that, I'd gladly buy one or 2 or.
I know a couple kids on Will Street that probably could use it.
I ride a bike and I'm not exactly fast, but I want to be seen.
Right.
All right, thank
I
you.
want the same thing.
Yeah, thank you. Water bill hearings. Do we have any? We have none? Okay, we have none. Very good. Treasurer's report.
Hey, you didn't show.
Hey. Okay. As of March 31st, the balance of the checking account is $129,266.65, and the savings account is $53,703.17. So our cash available is $182,969.82. And then the profit and loss sheet shows a deficit of $24,691.05. because we had a $30,000 insurance payment. And I don't have a spreadsheet for you.
Is it commonplace at this time of year, most every year, to show a deficit such as that? We would have a large insurance bill every year at this time.
Right. We were thinking maybe, I don't know if we can pay that like quarterly. If you'd want to do it that way, if we could.
The
That
insurance
it costs quite a bit more when we paid it quarterly.
Well, I know like with that line insurance, if I pay it semi-monthly. If I
Yeah,
want to do it quarterly, then they just charge me a couple extra dollars on the second payment. But I didn't know if you might want us to look into that or not.
It wouldn't hurt, I don't think. See what they say.
I mean, did you say we should ask? I think we can ask.
Yeah.
How much it costs to pay
You know, we're
that.
not broke, but it might sometimes be beneficial to do it quarterly. Or even send it, every 6 months.
Question and discussion for the treasurer.
Next is the pool manager interview. So,
Any more questions or discussion for the treasurer? Going once, and twice. Thank you. We will move on to the city clerk, who invites us to conduct the pool manager interview. Ms. Michaela, the floor is yours.
I mean, we have one manager application. And they are here. So,
Does this person have any experience?
yes.
Is this person an upstanding citizen?
Yeah, she's pretty good at it.
I make a motion, we'll go into executive session. Council, mayor, and the right to call the applicant for 15 minutes.
I second that.
Do we need the attorney? Or not?
Can.
Let's do that.
The council, mayor, and the attorney for 15 minutes with the right to call the applicants.
Is there a second?
Aye.
Aye.
So it goes.
What's going on? Maybe it'll be for a while. I guess I didn't catch that.
I can't hear them back there, so.
Well,
Been busy.
You have?
Just opened October too.
Wow, what you been
Sprite
doing?
does it all the time.
Good fortune.
I got a precious sand and
I've
wood,
been
so
talking about this for a year and a half at least. Oh, yeah.
Long term trip together.
At your house?
Yep.
Cancel
She's
too
here?
tight. Don't want to
Oh. That's why we haven't seen you.
see You're gonna have
She's been
to.
keeping me busy the last,
Yeah.
well,
Like
actually,
the Frank Glass, we had called him.
Saturday, Salina, Sunday, Saturday, Kahana, Sunday, Monday, yeah. She's been keeping me busy.
Well, I'm glad to see that.
That's why I keep telling you. if you haven't
That's
been,
wonderful.
I see he's working on the chicken coop, so
Yeah, him is.
I got wheels for it.
You do? Wow, he started to do it, but he put it on the wrong side.
No, it's not.
You get bids on something, and a year later, bring it up
The
again.
wheels could be on any side or both sides.
Just waste
Okay,
your time getting
here, he
bids.
put it on the lighter side. That means you're lifting the heavier side
And
of
the
the
bad thing
unit.
is, everybody
Yeah.
goes to bid.
But like I told them, you just,
It's hard to
you
even
put
get anybody out
wheels
there
on
to
all
get bids.
sides, so you just push it.
Is there like coming
Okay,
out
so
the
but
end
then
of
we
the
still
wire?
gotta get the wire.
Oh, yeah, there's been so many people bidding on so many
I
different
didn't
things
even
over the
know
years,
what
never hear nothing
I
get
think
voted
I
over.
do.
Right.
For the
It's 2
bottom.
foot tall.
It doesn't, it can be, that would work. I mean,
Even shorter would work. Shorter would work better. About a foot, 18 inches at the most.
yeah.
So you just tack it here
Do a strap,
and let
yeah.
it lay, and then you just push it.
I just don't want nothing to get a hold of them. If something gets hold of my chickens, I'll be down at your door.
It's okay, I'll just go to Pratt and buy more chicken.
Oh, that figures, you chicken.
Mhm.
You were telling me that you need 4 wheels?
That's what I would do. I'd put 4, if I would even do double the wheels on each one. I'd put a bolt through it, put a wheel here, and put a wheel on this side. That'd make it a heck of a lot easier to push.
Well, 'cause like I looked it up online, and the pictures, they have it on the hut part, to where you pick up and you move it. That's why I was,
I put wheels everywhere, but that's me. Okay, when I worked at the grade school, I didn't even carry a 2-foot dust mop. I put it on wheels. It was too heavy.
okay. Okay, I get that.
With the corner broom and the dustpan, it was all on 2 wheels. I didn't carry anything.
Okay.
And the first day, God let man invent wheel. Second day,
You were riding.
wheel ran over man. And God said, I'm sorry.
Well, you're okay if you're just on one floor. I said, you're okay if you're just on one floor.
Yep.
Like you have wheels on both floors.
Yeah.
If the city needs some flags and poles and stuff for slow-moving vehicles, or fast-moving vehicles they don't see, I can arrange that. I'll get some high-vis orange, kind of the ones they use on ski boats. I'll get some high-vis orange and put them on flags, and the city workers could pass them out as far as I'm concerned. I mean, you don't have enough to do anyway, right?
Drive around doing that.
That's what I was thinking. I didn't want to see anybody get ran over.
Well,
And
yeah.
some of them scoot along pretty good on them little bitty scooters around town, so.
Does Susan does she have a flag on the back of her little 4-wheeler?
Well, she needs a flag on that thing too.
She was coming from Pratt, or not Pratt, but
Cunningham.
Cunningham today, and I'm like, oh mercy.
Yeah, she needs a flag on that too. Like I said, I ride a truck around town and there's a flag on it, so I want people to see me.
Yeah.
Because you don't see anything that small. And
Well, I don't want people to see me when I ride my bike, gamble. It's more fun.
No, 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 you're supposed to do it right.
It's more exciting the other way.
No, no, you're supposed to do it right.
Who's that, Rosie, that's over there?
Hmm?
Who's sitting there?
That was Rose.
I haven't seen her for a few years. Didn't look like her.
I think it was Rose. Was that Rose that was sitting up there in front of the road?
Okay, Rose. I haven't seen her for a couple of years since we moved in. So she's looked different.
Counselor Butcher.
I do. And I'm here for him because he's here for you, so we're here for you. How's that?
Awesome.
Good sleep
I'm,
well.
I'm not that impotent yet, though. Looks like Colton is, so.
And Hobby was upset when we left.
Well, that's what purchase has to be, brought Hobby up here to protect us.
Make the meeting go quicker.
I thought it was pretty funny myself.
That'd be pretty good.
And that's the noise ordinance in Texas for.
Yeah. Oh, and that's the camera that they do that. I didn't realize that. Who's the mayor?
Hmm?
Who's up here that's the mayor?
That's what?
The mayor.
I have no idea.
Just coming up.
Kenny George,
Who?
Kenny George,
Which one of them?
one sitting there.
That's been talking the most? Okay, I didn't know. I thought it was still a woman. I'm slow.
Looking pretty heavy.
I am.
No, I can't believe she used to get through. Make them work around.
So, Kathy's down there standing wood
Hmm?
or,
Well, that's patio furniture I've had for a long time. It needs refinished.
oh, gotcha.
I got all I have to do is restain it.
Okay.
And I'll put
I've
it
got a
right
good
up there.
lemonade.
Yeah, you might
Oh, I thought I'd
remember
offer.
green
I know, I forgot.
kind of gliders.
You painted your office in woman?
They was at my house. With Steve.
Oh, yeah.
Is it cold or is it warm?
I got cooties.
My fiance offered to bring me a grape soda. I can have her bring you a water if you want.
Anyways, it would need to be redone. I took them all apart. I don't know, a
I
year
got
and a
my
half
water
ago.
from Sam's Club and then I get them, I know it's,
I told
it's
Richard
something you
that
gotta get used
I
to,
get it
but
back
it's.
work on Saturday, I'm staying, put it back
How
together.
come
Doesn't
a
matter.
girl,
Yeah.
I'm not
It was 6
So
months.
husband and I have water and soda.
I did say lemonade, honey. I should have warned you. Nah, the face is worth it.
But it's pretty funny.
Are you playing Pokemon anymore?
Okay.
I am off.
They sold their
tomorrow.
company this year.
I go to her place, I work around her.
Big freaking league, big lawsuit that Pokemon, they were using fish data to collect geological data, people's travel history.
Probably.
Just to make
Not a
sure.
big surprise, we all kind of knew it.
Oh, yeah.
And, company in, I believe, China bought
Oh,
it.
good year.
Or no, not China. No, what was it?
That'll make it better.
Yeah, right, no, right? No, it was, why was I thinking China? All the crap with China. Where is that frickin' sandy desert? Saudi Arabia? They bought it. Somebody in Saudi Arabia bought it.
Yeah.
Bought
I've never
Pokemon, bought Monster Hunter, Rise or whatever, the new one
Oh,
that
you're
just came out.
navigating.
And
I had to
bought
kick it out. It was in the
Niantic's original
backseat.
game. Bought the whole company.
I play it just for something to do, you know? My goal is to get a hold in front of Craig, and I'm in front
Came out, he was
of
still
him. He's not
active,
played
sat
for
behind the
quite a
door.
while, so.
Yeah.
So I'm just doing that to be naughty.
Yeah. That's pretty good.
It's same, well, they got a new, the reason I asked is they've got new ones out,
Oh, yeah.
but
Right, that's all
Couldn't see
we
it, so
want.
they gave me a little bitty mini. Used to get them from
I
McDonald's.
wonder what's gonna happen to
I'm
Walmart.
sitting on my dad's, either looking at me or
Walmart was
looking
saying
out.
Walmart was the one, I said, nothing from China, now everything in- from Walmart is Chinese.
I haven't hit anything yet, so maybe.
That's what I do.
Oh, okay.
Made up. Responsibility.
Do you do that in person, or do you do it online?
Let's see your phone real quick, brother.
And then I found because of Willow, the new kitten that we got fixed.
Yeah, see, your case is Maxi. I just wanted to see if it was actually a circle or if it was actually Maxi. Because my case,
Okay.
at least
So
have
of
my
course, I
batteries.
went down on my phone, because this is like carrying my phone anywhere, because I fall. And I broke my phone, so I have to get my new phone. If you need a new phone, get out of James, because this only costs $210.
Same phone she had as 21 plus. I go to a site called Swappa. And what it is it's like your commercial, like electric company, gas company and stuff. The company pays for a company phone. They're almost always in great G-SIM cases, have screen protectors and stuff. But when the contract's over, they just sell the phones to whoever, bulk, or, you know, they buy
Now,
phones
I
from
have
people
one
that
little-
are upgrading. Hers actually came
There's some of
from
the hair.
Philly.
Oh, she did it herself.
There's a
Well, that saves her money.
organization. They buy the phones from people and then they donate the proceeds to Humane Society.
Oh, wow. Oh, that's.
But I'm like everybody else, I found the phone, I said,
That's when
it's
it
only
goes
$400, and James
Yeah.
says, "When?" He said, Mom, that's like 5 years
It
outdated.
was like an S10.
Yeah, it was outdated from what you had.
That would have been like 2 generations downgraded.
Yeah, I don't know anything about phones, so I let it.
And the great thing is, like, they have, Swappa's really good, none of the phones are locked, they cannot be, they run checks on them. They can't have cracked screens, they have to list condition with great detail. And when you buy a phone, the money goes into an escrow account that Swappa holds onto until 14 days has
He
passed
don't
after
hardly
delivery.
work at all.
Or you confirm the phone's in condition they said it was.
She just brings up.
Like her phone was listed as mint.
Well, that's
And I'll tell you
actually
what, I
not
thought I
bad
pulled that
for
something
her.
brand new out of the box.
Wow.
It's pretty funny.
But he's bought 21 phones and he's only had one bad phone.
Well, it wasn't necessarily what happened. is
Not for him, for different people, so.
The phone did a system update. When it did a system update, the phone bricked. And they just said, send it back with some new one, and they did. It happens. I mean, I've seen phones work during system updates. It
It's pretty
happens.
funny.
A hiccup, a bad cache file, whatever.
You don't hardly have any teeth, I mean.
I was at work, and just locked itself up. Not happy.
I never put a lock on it. I never had one.
It
And
would
then I
be,
went home, couldn't get it on, couldn't get it on, Dennis couldn't get it on. Nothing, so we got an extra one.
no,
So I got that one. They're still at the house.
and
I had to use Craig's for
it's like a
weekend.
doll bed I put together.
I bet.
Well, he
And I
gets up
thought
and
of
he's,
that old
he's
box, I thought,
periodically because of
it's probably got
cancer.
this long, I can't remember, it's at the house, I
He
put it
wakes up
together.
about 1,000,000 times a night,
And it's got
and he'll
this
watch
little thin
tiny
mattress, and I
videos or
thought,
whatever.
You can see how much hair she cut off of it.
oh, yeah.
Looks pretty
I
good
swear,
right there.
he needs hearing.
The dog wouldn't hold still to do the legs or the okay?
It's a lot of work. No,
She might take somebody, take it to somebody to get it done.
Apparently,
This might be the first time it's ever
finally,
been cut.
because I
yeah.
couldn't,
And
But,
that's
that's pretty
I mean,
rare.
as long as she keeps up with
Finally, I went to
it.
get a hearing test, and I knew I was deaf and
Yeah.
90%
I mean,
deaf.
she gets busy all the time.
But see, I thought
Well,
that
when I
little,
was
little bed,
6, 7,
I figured
had a
kids
sister girl right next to
would
the
love
trying
that
to
for
rupture.
that dog.
I guess the
Because
bone
it
in
looks
this
like a
ear
little
is
brass
huge.
iron doll bed. And I thought, oh, wouldn't that be something
Completely
to put
scarred,
anything
destroyed,
in
and
that?
They
Right
probably
there.
would. They probably would.
That's what I was thinking about.
I know,
I
this is
really
my
don't need
favorite.
it. I got enough stuff
Oh,
everywhere.
I'm hungry.
We're watching that Extinct where they put those people in that Canada. Yeah. Are they coming, Michaela? No, okay. I just seen you come through. Is she still on there?
Yeah, I told her,
Executive session has ended, no action was taken in there. We will once again assume that we are in order here. Is there further discussion about the pool manager and review or any actions that anyone wishes to propose?
Make a motion to hire Taylor Brunt at $17 an hour for a pool manager.
I second that.
Abstain.
Aye.
Kelly Brack has been hired, I guess. We'll offer a contract to her or employment to her for $17 an hour if that's agreeable with you. Okay.
Make a motion, we'll go into executive session for 10 minutes, council, mayor, attorney, and pool manager for 10 minutes for lifeguard interviews, lifeguard applications.
Is there a second?
I second that.
Aye.
Second. All right, we'll take the walk again. Michaela, where's the candy dish?
Why that works.
No,
don't shut up.
He's gotta remember, they're dealing with underage
Executive
kids,
session is what for?
so they have to do
I
that.
try to get in the door over here.
He didn't
They
open.
wouldn't let me in.
He wanted to
Are you
go
not
that
married
way, and I
today?
said, I ain't wasting my staff. I said,
up.
yeah.
But the doctor said they're
I
not
told
supposed to
him I
be starting to
said,
get
I'm
bone
doing it.
mass. Swollen after
Okay.
Not sure why
this
it's not unlocked.
and definitely do not do the radiation because it's gonna be hitting us and
okay.
cause pain. But he mowed the yard, half the yard yesterday, and he's down. He'll be down 2 days.
I wonder
It's
why
so
you weren't out
if he gets up to
riding
go
your
to the
bike.
bathroom, he scares me.
I haven't had a chance to ride
'Cause he
one.
lays in bed
When I did, my
23
hips not
hours a
letting me
day.
do much right now, so.
Or he'll
I
be
gotta
sitting
get
up at
ahold of
night.
him and get a different lock on there, so I have a key to the shed, so I can get my
No,
bike out.
well, the cancer, they got him on 3 different pain medications now, morphine and hydrocodone, whatever it is.
I've
and
told him
another
that how
one.
many times
I got a bike
before.
with him, right?
When he's awake
To
again.
recumbent. I rode it yesterday down to get to it.
And he's lost so much weight.
I had a kill on, but that was pretty rough.
Oh,
It wouldn't stay down, it was windy.
Yeah.
she was thirsty, I said, I got one.
It was windy yesterday.
She was drinking with
Saturday.
the worst
Oh my
place in
gosh.
the world.
I was moving stuff in Salina Saturday, and I didn't have time to fight the wind.
I was getting
His
We were
birthday
at,
was the 11th, so he turned 67.
Tiffany's son's birthday party, and we were,
And I was so
I
happy
was
because
getting
the God
tossed all
don't
over
take
the
him out,
yard.
just let him get his birthday.
It's so windy.
You know?
I didn't, yeah.
I've by you guys a place a couple times.
So every day he wakes up with the blush.
Now Sunday we went to Passover.
And you don't get out of the house.
I went to a Passover dinner at our
He's
church.
retired, so
It
he's
was
got to get
really
up and take
neat.
the garbage out.
There's a
And
lot.
I helped him, but.
I mean, my brother came with us, and him and his wife came with us,
That's good.
and their son,
He's sorry.
and
He
it's
had to
just
go
like,
back.
I learned a
He
lot
got to go
of,
back
it was
and get
interesting.
signed,
I've
take
never
the temperature,
done
and
it
he was
before,
okay. 'Cause he never
about,
did.
so it was pretty cool. We didn't get
And
home
then he'll
till
message me and say.
9
"You
o'clock.
something to eat?"
Never sounds well.
Yeah,
So
then we
I'm
had
gonna
left
just stop.
puppies out, yeah,
Oh,
we were
okay.
dogs, we were rats,
Pretty good, but he don't get it very often anymore.
demons, you
It's like
know.
I'm moving it by myself.
okay, I'm never
There's
home
an
anyway,
occasional
so.
ghost that walks through the house.
Fair and Saturday, yeah, Fair and Saturday night, she was having a hard
And then I
time.
fell, and
She was jumping a lot.
Mrs. Diane had called James to take her
I
to the
just thought,
hospital.
well, she can go here
No.
Sunday. Yeah, no, she's still
I
here.
twisted my leg from my ankle,
But
and
she's down
made up
like,
my leg really good.
it was weird.
And then my little shih tzu bumped against it, what, ankle high, and oh my god. But he's, I'm so really small,
Precious will be
twice
here
a day.
till Wednesday morning, and then she'll go home. And I'll do what I have to do in lunch, and then I
The
don't
only
know
thing
if I'll be
that
back
helps is
for
for
a
them to sleep.
little while.
Is that right?
Hmm?
And where we
And I
just
thank
been
God
eating.
James works so close, because when he does go, that's gonna be my first phone call.
Good question. For that
Nobody's gonna see
man.
me. Isolate myself. We're gonna be together.
The other
18
one's
years.
leaving the place center to go
Going on
home,
14.
so. And my daughter invited me up, but next,
And most of the-
okay, next weekend,
Well, all of our
she's,
marriage, she had breast cancer before we got married.
weekend after that, I'll be in Clay Center for my
Most of our
granddaughter's
relationship, people fighting against.
parent dance. Because they don't know if the father's gonna show up or not, but I'll be up there to.
Oh,
dance with my
got
granddaughter.
you. Okay.
Cause his cancer markers were up in
She wants to learn how to do a Texas two-step.
200 and 100.
You think?
Yeah.
Yeah. They said,
I
"Well, you
can't
did this."
swing dance like that, but I can do the two-step.
He can
But
dance.
that's,
What's your
hey,
excuse?
now don't tell purchase, I said
I'll
I
tell
could
her.
dance.
And I just had to go outside.
It's cost you.
Now, don't be telling them.
It's not helpless.
It's gonna take a long time explaining it.
And then he said, well, I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do this and this.
At 10:30 on Monday. Till,
That thing there.
Oh, yeah. Ooh.
one,
Strong.
You know, the other day he said, well, I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna do this and this and this.
that
and
afternoon, from 3 to 4. And on
That's winding
Thursday,
down.
He
the
was
same
talking
time
about
on
the
They only weigh about
two-step.
120 pounds.
yeah, I don't know if they
Like
teach
on bones,
teach
baby.
it.
You don't have to go there to learn how
I
to
know
dance.
it's scary.
Jim
I know that
can
one
teach
day
you.
I'm gonna wake up, he's gonna be there.
A mission
It's
impossible.
still not easy, you know.
Well, I got 2 left feet, so my granddaughter can stand on my feet.
I get a video.
I thank God every morning he wakes up.
I don't think that would be a fun video at
I
all.
think it'd be cool. Kathy would love it.
And I'm guilty,
I don't
I'll
think
I'll
that'd be
wake
a
up
fun
and I'll look
video
over
at
there and he
all.
breathes some shallow.
Funny.
This morning I just.
I'm sure a lot of people
Yeah,
would.
this morning I put my hand on
Are
it.
you
and it's
losing your
breathing,
nail?
you know?
No, it's,
Oh, you'd be able to
I
tell.
have to follow each one.
No.
Yeah, you would.
And
You're
it breathes
losing
all
your
the
nails.
time now. Of course, he's not
no,
letting me
it's
down.
just thicker there than the other one was.
That's how you're going to tell if he's real pale.
It's my diet.
I've seen you.
That's the reason.
When he passes away, the whole
Take
city
them
from
on,
here,
we're here, so I'll behave.
I'll go, yeah.
Gotta be happy.
We almost lost
I'm
them.
happy that they're still attached. That's all that
They said when
matters.
we came to Kansas City, the doctor said, you're lucky. You wouldn't have made it the morning.
Having them kidneys start shutting down.
Oh, we're- It's
almost 8
o'clock.
They flew him by airplane from Pratt to Kansas City. Knocked him out and had to
Yeah,
get
we
him to the
down
house.
to-
They took him right in surgery.
Way down with the wheels to help you put wheels on.
Yeah.
Did you hear that?
What is it? The wheels on what? On the chicken coop?
Yeah.
If they don't help you put wheels on the chicken coop.
Well, it was driving truck all the years, you know? I've watched those boomers kick him in the, right in the chest and everything.
Here's your
I
new
guess
car.
every day he wakes up to
That's
that.
That's very nice. You're getting that for us, God bless you.
Went to Florida, my dad gave me a pickup truck.
He went to Billy
Stuff on
That's a
that.
4070 Soda.
Had a horse
I don't know if
trailer
it's
and
4-door
sold
or
it.
2-door,
Four door.
So that was
They-
good.
they-
but suicide
Yeah.
doors.
Yeah.
Awesome.
He's selling all his coins because
I like those.
he's worried he don't want to leave me with no cash. Right.
Yeah.
Good looking old car.
I'm going to have it.
Yeah, it is a good looking.
I'm actually going for once.
And you say you're going to
I'll
that?
tell you how cold he is. He
For us.
sleeps with an
For us.
fucking top and
me.
then below
Good
him.
for you.
And 3 quilts.
It does have suicide doors. And that back seat, man, you could do anything back there. It's big. No.
James came over the other morning, he saw the bag. And I thought, thank God James was there helping him
Oh,
up.
there's room between here and the front seat. In the front seat, it feels like a sofa.
Oh, yeah.
Bad luck is so today.
With horsehair?
Oh, it's only got 10,000 miles on
With horsehair?
it. Yeah, it's got 260. Oh, 460.
We did a couch one time and it had horsehair in it. And this was years ago, and I'll tell you what, that thing was harder than a brick wall.
You open those up right there, it'll be forced air. They turn around forward, and it'll force that air right
Oh,
on you.
yeah.
And right up there, there's a hood cowl that would open up. There's a center right in the front. You just push down, get a little bit like that, and give you all in case you chew a time or two, it'll go away.
That's what I heard.
Executive session is ended. We will be back in order here, please. Any further discussion on hiring lifeguards, or do we wish to take any action there?
Kelly, if you need any whistles, holler.
Okay, thank you. I
Mhm.
think we still have some.
Okay, well, you know how kids are.
Perfect.
Make the motion with our Heather McCurry, Assistant Manager at $10.50. Abigail Lofton at $10. Caitlin Fisher at $9. Kelly Steffen at $8, and Gracie McCurry at $8.50.
I second that.
Aye.
Abstain.
Okay, that motion has passed. Those people will be hired for lifeguard duty.
Okay.
I wish they super food. Have back for that? It's all right, I'll do it.
Mr. Kayla, what is your next item? It says funding next steps.
So I talked to Andrew. I mean, really, he said that for what we want, we would probably have to go the USDA RD route. However, he says that the new administration has kind of paused it. So it might open up over this year, and maybe we can apply next year. That's pretty much what he told me.
You have a handout that looks like that.
Makes sense. We'll just have it on our minds and revisit it next year, I guess.
And he said he'd keep me in the loop, so.
Any more questions about that? Shall we move on?
Move on.
Ms. Michaela, would you like to tell us about the kindergarten room?
So it's kind of a mix of me and the guys talking. So the stuff downstairs in the kindergarten room is at our property now.
No, I misread our emails. I need to get the letters sent out. I just realized that from the meeting tonight, so.
Okay.
I need to give them that notice, and then this time next month would be, they don't do anything.
Okay, so I guess I'm trying to get ahead of it then. If nothing is taken and it's then ours, are we allowed to sell it, or what? I guess it's up to the council what you want to do with it, but if hypothetically, I suppose if they don't pick anything up. Because I took pictures of everything that's down there.
So the city can then dispose of it, sell or otherwise dispose of it without liability to the tenant.
Okay.
Have we changed locks?
Yes.
That hasn't been done?
Yes.
And we've not heard anything back from them?
Not a thing.
Is that all from Michaela?
Yes, so I guess just keep it in mind until the next meeting. I mean, I printed out photos of it, so. I just wanted kind of clarification about it. And that is it for me. Thank you.
All right, I'm moving on to the property officer. I have seen him here. Good evening, young man.
How are you today?
I'm old and grumpy. How are you?
Old and grumpy.
Oh, it's funny, my phone responded to what you said.
No one has taken a shot at you yet? or anything like that?
As you can see, it's a considerably smaller report today because we're all caught up, so last month was a catch-up month. Getting things in order. I had some complaints that don't fall under my purview. Lack of street maintenance, city vehicle present in a personal property during work hours, and another complaint about the burnout house. The first two on the new reported or observed situations, I've been in touch with them, and the number two is a renter. She said that the landlord's going to take care of those branches. I haven't been able to recontact number one. haven't been able to contact number 3 at all, or number 4. Under notices, number 1 is one that I had made note of before, and then the vehicle was moved off property, so I dropped it, and then I see now it's back and sitting on the dirt.
Sorry, the vehicle has returned, or?
Yeah. So I'll just go knock on the door and see what the situation is before any notice. You'll see that I divided the cases from last month, cases to be referred to city attorney, divided those up and put some up for abatement, and that was city attorney's preference to go through the abatement process, which basically entails y'all passing a resolution having the city take care of the abatement. We do all meet the time qualifications. On number 3, the empty lot, I noticed that the fallen tree has been taken care of, and so I'm wondering if they're in the process of taking care of that windmill frame as well. Just haven't done it yet. I don't know, but it's something to consider. I wouldn't be opposed to holding off on that, on the abatement for that, give them a chance.
Questions or discussion?
Have you been able to get in contact with first case for abatement? Have you?
On East Nebraska?
Yes.
No,
No.
I have not.
How about 407 East Price? It's not on here, but we talked about it last month.
Oh, yeah.
Right down there.
I don't know, have no way of getting a phone number for whoever is listed as the owner on that.
Did they call you?
The folks,
I emailed you the owner's contact information.
oh, did you?
Yeah. I can resend it.
Text would be easier for me.
I can do that.
For some reason, my phone sounds off when I get a text, and it's quiet as a mouse when it comes to emails, which is probably why I have so many backed up.
Okay, well, maybe that'll be some helpful information.
Yep.
Okay, okay, thank you.
Mhm.
Mr. Attorney, do you wish to comment on the cases for the attorney? Any actions going on there?
I can work on those. I talked to James following last month's meeting about what kind of violations work well to do the abatements on, which ones work better to run through municipal court. So I think we've got a plan going forward working on this.
Both those cases?
I think like on the nuisance vehicles like that, municipal court works better. On the cleaning up the yards, the abatement process works better. So I'm good with what he's got on there as a plan.
All right, this is it. All right. What else is my shit you guys gonna come after now? We're not gonna play games. What else you guys want done in my fucking yard? Speak up. McElhaney.
Yeah.
305 East Chicago.
Yeah.
I've had this little fuckhead here watering my property.
Excuse me, sir.
Don't tell me excuse me. I've caught him on my fucking property, haven't I?
Well, I was going up to your front door, yeah.
No, you was at the side of my fucking house, bitch.
Nope.
Yes,
Okay,
you were on the side of my house with my fucking wife.
Well, yeah, I was talking.
Let's be adults here, please.
You tell him to fucking start it and act like one. Don't fucking sit there and lie.
Okay, that's quite
No,
enough.
I just wanna know what you all gonna come after now.
That's quite enough. I'm gonna ask you to leave now. Thank you.
You need a ride home.
For the record, I've only ever gone up to the front door. The first time I went out, I spoke with Mrs. McElwain, and we had a nice conversation. We were gonna work things out, but, he intervened and stopped that.
Any further discussion? Mr. Johnson?
If we could get something working on 407 East Price, I'd like to see something done about that.
Yeah, yeah.
And maybe, now we have some.
They are still living there, and, he said they were trying to get moved.
I have not seen a thing as far as movement, have you?
Are you talking about
Rose is shaking her head.
right over here where the camper and all?
I don't know about a camper. It's
Is
the
it?
one right on the end.
Yeah, they live across the street now, they're getting their stuff out, but that's as far as they're doing, they're not gonna clean up nothing.
They're living.
At Sam's?
At Sam's house?
Yes,
And Sam's living there still?
yes, her husband left her, I guess, I don't know. But I got confirmation from her, Michelle, the daughter, and from Chris, because he said Carl moved across the street. So they did a change of address, so I talked to Michelle a couple days ago. She said they were trying to get the rest of their personal belongings that they want out, and then they're done. If that
That'll be
helps.
left on the new owner, I guess, so that'll be something we have to take up with them, I guess.
And I noticed a lot more stuff's been brought out.
Well, I hope it doesn't move across the street.
The last house on Sun City Road, Rice Street, east of this one we're talking about. There's no tumble down house, been there for many, many, many years. Have we taken any action on that, or?
No, is it unoccupied?
I'm sorry?
Is it unoccupied?
Oh, for 50 years.
Sort of unoccupied, isn't it? Okay, no, I haven't taken any action on those.
I think Jerry owns it, doesn't he?
Jerry.
The guy from the hamburger shop?
Jerry.
I've been waiting to tear that down for most of my life. I think it's just a mess.
And then, Mr. Higdon's here, I believe he's requested a hearing on his notice that he received.
Yeah, I have an opportunity with the one on Nebraska about down trees. Okay, then when the power company went through to trim trees last fall, they dropped 2 trees on the property. I cleaned up most of the branches that I could before it got cold. Once it got cold, I didn't get out to do anything. I'm allergic to the cold, it bothers my skin and the rest of me. As soon as the weather warmed up, I started removing the trees. They will be gone before too long. I disagree. I didn't hear anything about it till I got a registered letter. I think if you're gonna send something like that, you ought to have forewarning before to clean it up, before you have a chance to this. I don't think that's right. I'm around quite often. Yeah, they sent the letter to my brother, I heard back through him, and I said as soon as it warms up, I'll get it out of there.
And generally, that's, I mean, we're happy with that. If the property owner gets it cleaned up.
I'm the property owner.
And so we're.
And I didn't hear anything about it till I got a registered letter. I think it's, I'm old school, I'm sorry. If I have a problem with you or whatever, I'm gonna come talk to you. I'm not gonna go around to somebody else to get it to whoever needs it. I think that's the way it should be done. If you have somebody doing this, I think they ought to talk to the landowner first, and then go through the legalities of doing it. But I think you ought to have a right first to clean it up before it comes to this.
It's not always easy to find the property owners, not everybody is in, not everybody stays at home all the time waiting for them.
Well, I've been, I'm not home all the time. I have a post office box in Turon. And they know who the property owner is.
That's been the policy that we've followed. I apologize if it's uncomfortable for you. That's kind of a policy we follow. It's just so we know that the contact has been made.
I think if the awfully gentleman like to come up front and say this is an opportunity, fix it, and then go through the process.
Take that comment under advisement. Thank you, sir.
I appreciate it, thank you.
Thank you for coming in.
Mr. Joplin?
Yes, sir.
Continue if you have further news for us.
The only other thing, the only thing left to do is to decide whether you want to pass the resolution for the abatements.
And I'll have to bring those.
Is that the way it works?
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll need it.
So it's going to need to be stuff referred to attorney for municipal court and stuff referred to the city attorney for abatement, basically. I don't have a problem with it. I just want to know.
Yeah, just because, we'll need a written resolution, and so I just need a little bit of heads up on bring the resolution to the meeting.
Okay. And I think that, wasn't there a resolution of some sort regarding a condemnation of the burnout house? And I was supposed to put up signs. Would you like to give me verbiage on that so I know what you want?
Yeah.
Where we at on that? Because they are tearing that house down and putting it in a dumpster.
Is that where it's going?
Is that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, I thought it looked like it was sagging a little bit more, but, and that's one of the complaints was the fact that
the posts off and they're tearing it down by hand.
That doesn't sound safe.
It's not.
People tear barns down and take the wood out all the time, so who gets to judge this?
I'm just saying, I've seen them look like it's not safe.
But happens every day.
That's on you.
We did pass a resolution on that last meeting. Where are we at on the progress with the resolution? Has the progress in hand? Is that in keeping with the resolution that we passed?
So, once the resolution's passed, the city can abate it, the city can tear it down, the city cost. I generally think with that stuff, property owners doing it, see if they can get it done before the city goes and spends money on it. So, if they're working on it and the city's okay with the progress that they're making on it, I'd let them continue. If the progress stops and the city's ready to pay for it, we're at that point where the city can do that. So I guess it's really up to the council on how far you guys think they are on the progress.
Council people, are you satisfied that some progress is being made?
Some progress is being made, yes. I was just wondering where all the debris was going, but now I guess I know.
I'm happy if it's in the.
Well, I think that's where it's going because there was burnt wood in the dumpster the other day. That's just all
I'm happy personally if it's in the dumpster. Now, if the city's gonna have some expense hauling that the dumpster, do more frequent dumpster trips, but I'm willing to risk it.
But how long are we going to
That's the next question.
let this take? The resolution was 30 days, was it?
Right. And then once that's done, it's been published, it's effective, the city can take whatever action the city wants to. So it's just a question of when you guys want to do that, or if you think they're moving fast enough, let them.
We are at liberty to bring in an excavation crew. Demolition crew, is that, that was a hypothetical question.
Right.
The faster that can go, the happier I will be. I think it's possibly a more dangerous situation right now with sheet metal and such laying around waiting for the wind to blow it over towards Mr. Zonker's home somewhere.
A few more people.
Mr. Green's home.
Lining me.
I think there's lots of loose stuff laying around that could be hazardous in a windstorm. So we put the question to council, to the council members.
Probably
You
have
want
to
this
get-
go? Are you happy that something's happening?
Probably have to get quotes again on tearing it down before we can hire somebody to tear it down. Because that was over 30 days ago that we had quotes.
Hopefully it's cheaper since he's got half of it now.
It's dangerous.
It is dangerous, I agree.
I didn't hear you, I'm sorry.
These are the complaints that I got that aren't mine.
So what are you thinking?
I think getting bids and then,
Seeing how far it gets
yeah,
before we get the bids back?
yeah, 'cause I think you need to get the bids, approve the bids.
Who did you have last one?
G&W
G&W
and Catch a Mag.
So who needs to get a hold of them? You want to get a hold of them again, or do you want Michaela
I
to?
think Michaela or Ever Irvin got hold of them last time.
Let Michaela do it.
Not Michaela.
We do have had a complaint that's been filed by one of the neighbors, and that's coming around with regard to,
Those three are different complaints.
They're all three.
Oh, they're all three different.
They are,
Oh,
they're
I'm
all
sorry.
three.
I thought
They're
it
all
was
three
just-
different.
okay.
Yeah.
We have several complaints from neighbors.
Well, those are on different topics than that house.
On that side of the table. My apologies, I thought there was numerous copies of the same item.
That's a good assumption since I usually get out more than one copy.
That'd be good.
Can we address these or no?
Oh, I need one back. I'm sorry.
I just had a question about one.
Yeah, I'm trying to think what they fall under, or maybe in governing body comments. Fit with what's on the agenda.
So where do we go with these then? I mean, we've seen the complaint, but
I think if you want to address them, unless you had some of the agenda, I'd do it the governing body comments.
They all deal with the same property?
No, no, they're different topics.
Yeah, I just had a question about one. I mean, I have a comment on some of them, but I just have a question.
So we'll go on the maintenance report.
Are we finished with Mr. Donovan?
What else is it?
I just didn't know if anybody had any questions or if you had anything.
We're sitting here staring around.
Okay. I guess I'm finished, if y'all are finished. Thank you.
You bet.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
And I don't have anything on legal that hadn't been taken care of already.
All right, where did I put my agenda? Where are we at?
It's maintenance report.
Sorry?
Maintenance reports.
Okay, maintenance report. Thank you. Mr. Birdsong, we're playing your song.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a research here. Ordered a new battery for the handicap pool lift. Got it in, checked out the pool lift, now I gotta order or already ordered a part for the pool lift control box for it. Hopefully that's gonna fix it, but I won't know until I get it in. And I'll be what, 20
It's gonna be tomorrow or,
tomorrow?
yeah.
So hopefully that'll fix that. You wanna keep the dumpster, same
I'd like to see it stay.
for another month or so, or?
For another month.
In the kindergarten room, I'm gonna wait on that, see. Got some information for the water tower maintenance agreement or program. I don't know if you got a copy in your field or not.
No, I agree.
The figure for the first year is 13,000, I think it was. Yeah, 13,000 for the first year. That's gonna be a little bit cheaper because it's only got, that's for a 100,000 gallon tank. We only got a 75. So I was talking to him on the phone, he was supposed to redo the figures and send me an email, but I didn't get it yet. He said it'd be about 11.5 or whatever for the first year.
I'm totally ignorant on water towers. What does it need?
Means they come and,
What does this fellow do and what?
well, they come and paint the tank, or come and clean it, and these statements have to get it inspected every 3 years, if I remember right.
Okay.
I thought it was 5, and then they told me it's 3. So that's programmed, you just pay so much a year, instead of having to come up with a big chunk, whenever they have to come and work on it, you pay so much every year, and it's pretty much taken care of. Tony called me, Tony McGuire, he said he'd be more than happy to come and talk to the council if you're interested. But I told him he just wanted some information right now.
Is that what, is he the one with McGuire Iron?
Yeah, he's one or company that puts the tank up. He can answer your questions better than I can, but basically it's, you pay so much a year every year, and when you gotta get it inspected or painted or whatever, that would pretty much be covered the way I understand it. All the information's in there, if you wanna talk to him, I can call him, have him come up to the next meeting and talk to you. I was told him, he said, he can answer the questions better than I can.
We're legally obligated to do this.
From the state,
The state wants it expected.
every 3 years, or whatever. They just got through looking at it here a couple weeks ago, I think, which I haven't got the pictures back. That was just a maintenance, something they should have done after they put the tank up. So I'm way I understand it, that's not gonna cost anything, because it's part of when they originally built the tank. So other than that, this is just something to think about. Instead of having to come up with a big hunk of money 2 or 3 years from now, you pay so much a year, it wouldn't be such a big burden. Just like I said, all the information is in there. If you want to talk to him, he can come talk to you at the council meeting.
And they actually go in the tank and inspect for algae or something that
They'll
might be.
inspect the paint, make sure everything's holding up and needs painted. They'll come in and repaint it every so often or whatever. They'll come and inspect, see how much sediment's in it, they'll clean it, whatever needs done to it.
Repaint the inside.
Yeah. Which is a new tank, so everything should look all right now, but I haven't got the pictures back or report back yet, so. Like I said, it's just something I thought you ought to think about instead of having to come up with $50,000 down the road to get that repainted or whatever. Kinda like buying a car, you make payments, and that way you don't have to come up with a whole bunch at once. But that's up to you guys. Like I said, if you wanna talk to him, he can come to the council and talk to you.
You guys want to come out?
I think it'll be all right. I think the benefits page is pretty explanational for a little bit. Probably wouldn't hurt.
We should have invite the gentleman to come in and visit with us.
The state's gonna require it being inspected every 3 years, if I remember right. Like I said, that's something they're gonna have to do one way or the other.
And they will do the inspection for the state?
Yeah. The way I understand it anyway, so.
Well, that's what it didn't say for the state, but it says does the inspection and.
Yeah. And like I said, he's willing to come to the meeting and explain it to you and answer questions. A lot better than I can, because I don't read it.
Sure, yeah, if you could have him come out, that'd be good.
I think that's consensus.
Kindergarten, he said we gotta wait on that. Got the cable and a couple of posts replaced at the pool where trucker run over.
I need to get a hold of the guy that pulled that truck out. He has the trucking company information and they should pay for that. His stepson is in Wesley with fighting a brain tumor and has died a couple times on the table and stuff. So he has not been able to get me that stuff back, so. I did take a picture of the truck if we want to contact the trucking company that ourselves, but he took pictures of the damage and he was the tow company that came and he just
Yeah, that's a good deal, but we didn't take any pictures or anything else, we just pulled the post and replaced them. And
I'm totally out on the loop on what happened.
the night we worked that fire car wreck out on 61 highway.
Oh, I hear.
There was a semi driver decided to take a joyride through Turon and turn around in the pool parking lot and drive through some cables and back through some cables and over a post and ripped the cables out, ripped the airlines out. They had J7 towing come out and.
Was he arrested?
No.
I don't think so.
I mean, was this intentional?
No.
No.
Oh, he just didn't know how to drive
He
anymore?
caught in the little parking lot, trying to turn around.
I see.
There's
seen the
nothing to
posts
be
were down.
arrested on, it just,
Okay, I just thought maybe
but
somebody
they should be
lost their
liable
mind
to
and-
pay for it.
Yeah, okay, all right. I'd seen that it was tore up, but I had never heard really what had happened. I heard about a semi, but that was it, so.
And then, what, a week ago, somebody was driving around in the park.
I seen some tracks the other day.
Somebody was driving around in the park and backed up against a couple of poles between the pool and the tennis court and bent them over. But we haven't done anything with them, but they're just pushed over.
They're gonna be pushed back, or they need to be dug out?
Well, we pushed them back with the truck a little bit, but they're right there at the end of that sidewalk, so I really ain't too worried about them.
Were they caught on camera by chance? Anybody's ring
Well,
camera?
I heard that they're on camera, but I haven't seen it.
Okay, maybe we need to look into that.
I think the person that texted me at 11:30 in the morning or whatever, was I didn't read it till the next day, but said they was on camera and she'd already killed the Reno County Sheriff's officer, so I don't know. And they more or less just blew it off according to her, so I don't know. But there, you can see the tracks around the park, road around there.
Thank you.
Had the sprayer out Friday, I sprayed burns and thrice and some of the drainage ditches. We got that working pretty good now so far. Put all new hoses and nozzles and everything else on it. Remounted on the front where you can watch everything. Seems to be working. But other than that, I really don't have too much.
Care to comment about repairs on the door in the locker room area where that was broken into? In case you're not aware, we did have a little break-in at the in what used to be the men's locker room on the east side of the gymnasium and in the dressing area, which I think of it as a dressing area, but now it's mostly storage for a lot of files and paperwork. And anyway, the door to the exterior on the south end of that area was found to be open. I got a call from Sheriff Patrol 11:30 or midnight or something one night.
Yeah, somebody kicked the door in.
The fellow the patrolman wanted to go in and look, but he was unsure who or what he would find inside, so he was waiting for backup. So they waited for another patrolman to come in, and then one or both of them went in and poked around to see if no other person was found in there.
I was impressed that apparently they walk around the school, because you would have to do that. You couldn't just drive by and see that, so.
Yes, with the sheriff did. And it seems to me that could have happened before that night, because that door had enough friction on it that if whoever broke into it had just pulled it shut, it would have stayed shut unless there was a lot of wind or something.
Oh, yeah.
But it could have been shut for several days, or one or more days. Anyway, I don't know. I was impressed with the sheriff patrol, though, that they did make note of that they didn't see that. Then he called me back about 1:30 and said they couldn't find any criminals or anybody inside, so they went on their way. So he did want me to come down and see if I could identify what was missing in that room. And between us old friends, I've not been in that room in 50 years, so and there's quite a bit of miscellaneous in that room. So I have no idea if anything was missing or not. 'Cause I wouldn't have no memory of it.
The door's okay, but it just broke out the jam when the lock's set. So we shut the door and screwed the two before we went on the inside, so we can't.
Yeah, maintenance guys barricaded the door now for.
That's why I had that put on the new business. Are we sure that that's not, I know that's what you guys did to barricade that door, that's not like a legal exit?
No, because the door's locked where you can't get in there anyway.
Okay. Just because we don't want to barricade a door that's a legal exit, that is a fire exit.
They'd have to go through 2 other locked doors to get to that door.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you gotta go through all the other locked doors in the other rooms to get in there.
Well, I mean, you have to have them doors locked with all the chemicals and stuff, because it's the janitor's room.
Oh, okay.
And then that next door goes into that storage room.
Well,
Over the
You can
outside.
enter from the gymnasium, or enter from the
Pardon me?
gymnasium. You can enter from the gymnasium.
Might you kick them doors in?
Yeah. And that's normally locked, but where we keep tables and chairs is there on the
Right,
park.
because there's,
You can enter in there and that would access, give you access into that changing room.
right, but there's locks on both of those doors.
Yeah. There's a lock in the gymnasium.
And then there's locks
Lock
on
that
the,
door too. And the janitor's
on the door that steps up to go into the old locker room, that's also locked.
Okay, I hadn't noticed that door was open also, but.
Well, yeah, from the inside, you can open it from, once you kick the door in on the back like they did, you can open that door and get into the gym. But if you're in the gym, you gotta kick the doors in or have keys to get in there anyway. That's why I say, you can't get out that exit anyway unless you got keys to the doors or kick the doors open. So if you're gonna do that, you might as well break the window out and go out the window.
Okay. Any other comments or questions for maintenance?
That's all I got anyway at the moment.
Thank you
What,
very much.
have you taken a look around the swimming pool? I'm sure you have. What updates do we need there and what maintenance do we need to,
So we just gotta turn the water back on today, and get the water back on in the park, and the bathrooms open and stuff. You know, we just gotta start washing it up. Everything should be okay to go as far as we're now. We just gotta
see if
clean
you
it up.
paint in the pool again this year? We're hoping not.
Hoping not to, yeah. The only thing we think we might have to paint is very deep in, where the water sits over.
Water sits over the winter.
We
Anything
figure-
around the rim of the pool where it's painted red or?
Hopefully it'll be all right, I hope.
There's some concrete chipped out in places. Anything we can do to patch that?
We can patch it, there, just get right back out
It
again.
won't stay, but is there anything we can put in there to?
We patch it every year, it always seems to break right back up 4 years over with.
Well, any other questions, discussion for me? Thank you, sir. Audience comments. Ms. Richter, I will recognize you.
I'm just curious, is there anything legally we can do to like bring that house down to where it's level? If the maintenance man could bring it down? Because it's not safe right now.
I agree. It looks to me
I
like
mean-
we're more precarious than it was.
And how long is it going to take to get the beds in? You know, somebody could get hurt.
It's dangerous.
So I just wondered if it was possible the maintenance man could drop it and then we'll worry about the beds later.
What do we do?
I just thought I'd throw it out there.
I think
No, I agree.
with our tractor has a hoe on it, or
A backhoe has a hub.
backhoe, excuse me, not the tractor. Backhoe has a hoe on it, doesn't it? It has probably enough reach to take the rest of that down, doesn't it? I mean, just.
It should,
just to
because
knock it down.
they did my purple house and it was able to get up there.
Oh, they could, yeah, it's got enough reach, once it gets you knock that house down.
Get up there.
Good freaking wind will knock
I'll
that
send
house
you the
down.
bill.
Yeah, I'm just worried that safety.
Yeah, we get another 70-mile-an-hour day, that thing will just come tumbling. I'm thinking.
Well, I'd say it'll be down the next day or two. They were up there working on it all day today, hand saws.
Yeah, but how long is it gonna take with handsaws?
It's about to come down.
Man,
I'm telling you, it wasn't safe.
He's got the supports cut out, I think.
It wasn't safe to walk in that day after the fire.
I wouldn't wanna get up there and cut it down.
This kid that's helping him is tore a house down in Sylvia just like this, and it was a 2-story house.
That was just my concern, you know.
Would council have any interest in advising the maintenance guys to take the backhoe and at least knock something down and try and reduce the hazard of something falling out?
That would be fun, guys.
Or,
Can we just send them up there and have them tape the property off with caution tape?
I'm sorry, send them up there.
Can we just send them up there and have them tape the whole property off with caution tape until?
They caution tape around the front of one down.
Knock things down so everything's on the ground and.
I just mean maybe until like a week or so until.
I do want to double check the resolution to make sure I've got the timeline right. I'm glad I had a copy saved in my email. I don't, but I'll look at that tomorrow, touch base with Caleb.
Before we should go in and do
Before we
anything.
do anything, I'm pretty sure we're good, but I want to double check that before we.
Okay, for the time being, we'll just see what gets done, I guess.
For the time being, what?
We'll just have to wait and see what they get done on their own until we
Well,
see
you don't
what the
have to say that.
resolution
If
says.
you want the city guys to go in and knock it down, we can wait for Danny to make sure that the timeline is correct.
That's what,
And we could approve it to be knocked down tonight as long as the timeline is correct.
Yeah.
We don't have to wait. But if the timeline's not correct, then we do have to wait.
Right.
And if you knock it down, you're just helping them get rid of it quicker and safer.
Yeah, I think you'd have to have permission to go in and knock it down. You'd have to talk to the property owner and say, hey, you know, if you want us to, we can
Topple it.
knock it down. If not, we'll stay away and we'll face whatever consequences
The
there are.
bad thing about that is we have an ordinance that you can pay to have stuff done with city equipment. Now we're bending an ordinance for somebody and doing something for them and not making them pay.
Well, I guess the way I'd view that.
Assess it to the tax system.
Yeah. Yeah, if the city's taking anything towards the abatement process, that would get assessed to it. It wouldn't be just free service. It would, so I mean that, you know.
But do we have to notify them that we are charging for?
Well, that was the point of the ordinance and publishing it and passing it, but that gives them that notice.
Okay. But the notice was to clean the whole to clean the whole house up. I would feel that they are not gonna think that coming in there for 30 minutes and just knocking it flat. I don't know if they're gonna understand that they still owe that time.
Well, I mean, that would need to be communicated to them.
Well, that's what I'm saying, we just need to make sure that we're being forthright.
Yeah, rather than just saying, hey, do you want us to do this? If we
And
want
then
the
charge
city
them
to do
later.
this, it's going to cost. Yeah.
At what rate would you bill out the backhoe?
It's a set in the ordinance.
I'm sorry?
It's set in the ordinance.
Okay.
It's like $45 an hour plus the
Plus the-
operator has to be paid, but the operator on this would be on city time, not personal time.
Is that what you wish to do? Or are you gonna wait another cycle?
I think you can approve that, once I confirm that we're good.
We could approve it tonight, and as long as you confirm it's good, we could go ahead and take action. Which, do we need to approve it or just a consensus?
I think you better have a motion.
I do, yeah.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I'm not following the whole thing, so you.
I'd make a motion, or say you make a motion to start the abatement process insofar as using the city equipment to knock down the rest of the house, so long as that's allowed timing wise under the resolution.
Make a motion to offer to start the abatement, to knock it down flat. As long as they agree to it. We're in the middle of something here.
Yeah, to the start of your motion, offer to knock it down flat, with the cost assessed, that's set out in the city ordinance on.
Either paid or assessed to taxes.
Yeah.
I make a motion, we offer to knock the burnt house down. Do we have an address for that?
107 East Nebraska.
At 107 East Nebraska. Either at the cost of backhoe rental or assessed to taxes for the safety of the citizens.
Are you finished? Sheila, did you get that? Would you
No.
like to read that back to you?
Not all the way.
I didn't read it. You're,
Okay, you said motion to knock burnt house down.
Motion to offer to knock the burnt house down, either for the cost of the equipment or to be assessed to the taxes.
Equipment operating.
Operator's gonna be on city time at that time.
Okay, cost of equipment or to be assessed by taxes.
To be assessed on the taxes. For the safety of the citizens of Turon.
Yeah, that last part, so you can't vote no against it.
I second that.
Aye.
Aye.
Oh, Gabriel.
I would have voted yes, but Danny had proven.
We are still in audience comments. I will, on behalf of Mr. Blackburn, I will call your attention to his complaints, which were officially filed on official complaint filing paper here. Number one was city maintenance vehicle present at personal property during work hours, 3 separate occasions this week, photos available. Second complaint is with regard to 104 East Nebraska, 107 East Nebraska, that's the burned down house. Points out the half of the house is unsupported on south side, and a lot of trash in the yard, blowing all over the neighborhood and into his yard. The question is raised, how much longer is council going to delay the demolition procedure? Third complaint is lack of street maintenance, 100 block of East Nebraska, crumbling asphalt potholes, 4 feet by 20-foot trench grass, and dirt in gutters. New damage done to due to weekly trash pickup now by a trash truck. Do you wish to ponder any of these or consider any of these since they were formally filed?
The question I had on the one of the city maintenance vehicle being down there, is he keeping track of what time it was there?
He says he has photos available.
I mean, could they have been on their lunch hour? You know, how long were they there? Were they there for 2 minutes answering a question or seeing about tree cleanup, or were they there visiting for an hour? Those are two things I'd like to know.
Yeah.
I think the grass and the trench, I think that's all through from the water lines that was replaced. I think that's that problem. Didn't they have to fill all that in with just gravel and mud, so there's really not. I mean, we can try to refill it for sure, but I think it's just always gonna be a problem.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of holes in the asphalt on that road. I will definitely agree with that. But, I mean, I don't know how I don't know if we have hot mix or what exactly we can.
Well, we kept some asphalt millings, I think. Water tower site. I was thinking for that type of a use. How about I get with the maintenance guys and we'll talk about this in a little more detail, would that be all right?
But I would like to know, you know, if he's got pictures, does he have
His
time?
camera's got,
Does he have time?
it's time stamped.
Call him.
He won't come back down.
They're time stamped pictures?
Yeah.
Okay, and then how long were they there?
I don't know,
5
I
minutes
just
or an hour?
know, James helped set his camera, so that's the only reason I know that they're time scanned.
I mean, that was just 2 things I'd like to
Yeah.
clear
You
up.
can
at
call
least.
him, he can talk to them on the phone.
No, he left I'm not gonna call him, he won't answer.
Whatever.
And for how long the vehicle was there and?
I mean, it could be something simple. They may have been
Yeah.
stopped to ask a question, you know?
Well, it's their personal property, their personal property.
Does this have anything to do with the incident with Ms. Susie Woods and her mother?
I have no idea.
No,
No, I
The
think
city-
this, I think he's talking about,
city vehicle would have been parked there briefly.
I think he's talking about the property next to his, is what I'm thinking. I think that's that address.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it. We'll see what we can find out.
You had your hand up?
Very good. I'm moving on
James
from.
has a question.
James.
Yeah, I mean, I did audience comments. I'm just curious, I mean, if we're allowing them to dump that house in that dumpster, then that's stopping everybody else from being able to use that dumpster, and that doesn't really seem too fair to me. Sorry, I mean, yeah, it sucks their house burnt down, but it is their responsibility to dispose of that house and not, you know, the city dumpster that's here so we can clean up the community. I mean, I went down there, I think it was Sunday, and Irving can confirm, there was trash bags, probably 10 trash bags sitting next to the dumpster. Dumpsters were so freaking full that, I mean, you couldn't squeeze another thing in it. And there was house remains in the dumpster. I'm sorry, I mean, yeah, it sucks, but I mean, that dumpster's for everybody, not just for a house. I mean, are we gonna pay for 10 dumpsters to get that house destroyed and thrown away?
We've been doing that for 2 or 3 years that I know of. Had other people in town turn down houses and throwing stuff in there.
Yeah, well.
In theory, I see what you're saying, and I am inclined to agree with it. In practice, I'm glad the stuff's in the dumpster and going away and going to the landfill.
It's also
it does
saving
not-
tax
It does not
dollars.
break my heart a great deal if the city has to pay a few bucks to help haul it off. It's not right in the perfect world, but
And we've always had a problem with people from out of town using our facilities and dumpster.
yeah. And if we wait for the owners of that house to haul that off, we will be waiting a long time.
Well, I mean, my concern
I mean,
is
you're right, but
it's taken away from people that actually need it, not the burnt down house.
But that's why we're keeping it more than a month. too.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair
And
enough.
And we appreciate it, we really do.
And usually, I think when they call, they usually get out that day or the next day done.
They're pretty quick.
I will admit this. I mean, I don't know. I don't make the call that's maintenance, but I mean, they seem pretty fast, a lot faster than Isley's have been. I hate to say it. Because I seen them coming in town the other day to drop a new dumpster. But that's all I had.
Thank you.
Oh my God, this one garlic.
Okay, any other audience comments? I see that safety officer was not here and said she had nothing, told me earlier today she had nothing to discuss. Custodial people have anything to discuss? I don't think so. Moving on to unfinished business, I have on my list the repairs for windows and doors and usage of this grant money that we have and how you wish to pursue that. We need to get on it while the grant is available. We don't have a great deal of time to take action here, so I would suggest we take some action there.
The last time we got a quote on these windows and door, it was that place out of Sawyer, the Mennonites out of Sawyer.
Yeah, I can't
What
remember
was
what
it?
the name of it is.
Yeah, I think that's right.
Kessler? I think that's right.
They're the only people I know.
They were the cheapest. I think they were like 15,000 or something for that whole, at that time of that quote.
But that wasn't, that was for a big extra window though, if I remember right. It wasn't for 3 separate windows.
I think we do a big quote.
It's really loose.
You know what it is.
But if we have to put an AC in here, I think we're gonna have to go to split mini pump, what we did in the library. And there may be a chance that that one will run both of them. Or we just have to upgrade that unit.
Mini split.
But we need to,
Do they still make those? I mean, I know they make them, but like a hotel has those units, it's an AC heat thing.
Yes.
P-tax.
Not a mini split, but just those ones that just
Yes,
slide
they
in.
do.
P-tax.
P-tax.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know what they compare to a mini split, but.
They're expensive. They're $2,000-$3,000.
And then not efficient.
No. Might I speak up? You can get a decent 2-head, which is, the head's the inside unit for like $1,200. This size of a room, you'd probably need a 2-head because of the kitchen. But I mean, a mini split's gonna sip electricity compared to the window unit or even a P-tac.
I've heard a lot of good things about them.
James just installed a few of them.
Yeah, they do really good.
Well, it doesn't sound like we're gonna be able to advance on a new building for at least a year. This grant money will be gone shortly, correct?
I don't know what happens to it. We don't use it in a reasonable amount of time, and it'll be gone. We can apply for something again next year.
Well, I think we just need to get the windows and the door quote updated. I think it was right around 16,000 to the,
Castle.
yeah, it was they build metal buildings and stuff.
Yeah, it would probably be Castle.
Dana was here,
Maybe
was,
Michelson.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Dana was here commenting about the rotten condition of the woodwork there and the jam on that door and deterioration into the wall going west from that point.
It may be a major ordeal once you start taking it all apart.
I think we need to get a quote on the 3 windows and the door, and then have a special meeting and use the grant to just get that project done.
Well, part of it.
Well, if we did
I
the
think-
3 windows and the door,
They are,
it would be almost half of it.
right, that's what I'm saying. Well, I think they're extremely high. I mean, I wish we could get a couple more that want them, maybe in, like you said, Kessler, or what do you say, Keith? Kessler or something like that.
The company out of Sawyer, which was the last one that they got a quote through, was by far the cheapest we've ever had a quote on that.
Okay, you want a new quote on what?
The windows and the door.
These 3 windows?
Yeah.
And the door, and the wall.
The wall?
Well, the deterioration around the jam and
Yeah.
that wall.
I mean, that's gonna be part of it.
Yeah.
We don't have a boiler anymore, right? Can we just take that out of there so we can get that wall repaired?
Not much you can do with that wall.
Do what?
Said there ain't much you can do with that wall.
Oh, see, I was thinking it was like hot water.
No, the oil.
Oh, I see.
Well, you can move the radiator, but there ain't much you can do with the wall. That's all the water coming in from the windows that gets down there and
Yeah.
bubbling up.
Right.
You want a new quote on the repairs to the wall, those 3 windows, and that door, and repairs around the door. Okay. So
I think the last quote was right around 15,000 on that deal. And man, if the grant paid half of it, we just need to go.
And you want to contact Kessler and who else?
I don't know. I'd only contact Kessler if the quote's still around 15,000. It's by far the cheapest. I think what Pratt Glass is the one that quoted us like $10,000 just to replace the door.
All right, we're gonna get more.
Get that bid, the new bid from
We'll have a
Kessler?
special meeting.
ASAP.
Yes.
It will be needed. And if for some reason their price has gone out of this world and it's not around 15,000, then we need to get some bids from others.
Okay.
That's the German Baptist, right? Yeah, I think that's who that.
The only other German Baptist down there is a guy named Michael Sink, it's just one, that's just one guy, he doesn't have much of a foot. People, Chester's is like a running business.
Yeah. They're a contract company.
Is there other old business we need to resurrect? Going once, going twice. I'm moving to new business. Question is raised about upstairs rooms.
We already answered that on.
Are we done with that?
Yep.
No, this is about something else.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Upstairs, there are 2 rooms that, one room was used by a quilting group several years ago. There's still things up there. I've talked to Edie Green. There's a big quilting rack, a big, heavy quilting machine, I guess, or just a sewing machine, a desk, and some quilting hooks. She said it can all go. She wanted to know if the city guys could take the quilting frame down and get rid of it, dispose of it. And then she was also wondering if they could bring it down and take it to the community center, or the senior center. So, I don't know.
Do you have any idea who owns it? Do we think the quilting people?
She said that they have dispersed and everybody took what they wanted, I guess. So she said she's trying to get the model number off of that machine and they may be able to sell it and maybe put some money back in this quilting group that they have down in the senior center. Maybe, I don't know if that's what her plan with that is or not. But. So that is one room that basically, I mean, we could empty it out. It's not being used. It's just being storage. And then this northeast or southeast room over there that the I don't know, RCEC or somebody had used it for classrooms. It's an absolute, or last time I seen it was an absolute disaster. It just needs to be totally cleaned out. I think most of that could probably just be trash. I really don't know. But I mean, there's no sense of storing this stuff for no reason.
And you are requesting council approval to
Get rid of it?
clean up and distribute and disperse?
You're cleaning it up?
Well, I don't know that I want to clean it up, but I guess if I need to, I can.
Some of those quilting machines are valuable.
Well, this is an old sewing machine. I can't say it's actually a quilting machine. It's an old sewing machine, but it looks like it's industrial. I mean, it's very, very big, very heavy.
You would look good making quilts.
Thank you.
But I guess the question is, Edie wants to know if we would be able to get it taken care of.
There are church groups, ladies that make quilts. My wife goes down to Lutheran church every once a week and they make quilts down there. She's been involved with that for many years, so I can ask her to look at it, see if she has any
Well, Edie said
information.
Edie's not able to go up the stairs right now, or she would have got the number off of it, I guess, but, so I guess the big question is if the guys could take apart that quilting rack and just toss it, and then move that machine downstairs.
Are those rooms locked?
Yes.
Does Michaela have a key?
Yes.
I make her bother you and get the key and go look. Just for my
So what
own
do y'all think
personal
about that?
curiosity. Do we have consensus on that that ought to be done?
I think before we throw it away, we ought to just have Michaela post it on Facebook and somebody could come remove it for free.
I thought Edie had. I thought I had seen that she had posted something about it.
Post on the city one. Please.
Yeah, she posted the desk and the bulletin board, but yeah.
Yeah, but see, those are pictures that I had sent.
I really feel
Because she
that's
wanted to know
what-
what else was left up there.
We should do with the other room when that time comes is if people want to come in and out.
I don't even know if there's anything worth saving up there. I haven't been up there for quite a
No, I
while.
mean,
Yeah.
I think,
Oh, some of that stuff is sellable.
you can sell it to the city.
Yeah, I'll Sell it to the city.
Perfect.
Whenever we get the okay for it.
Yeah, we got a volunteer.
There's probably
Somebody
5 or 6
record
pieces
the
there.
show,
that-
we're gonna have her say it again.
Okay, do we have other new business? I'm gonna declare we have consensus on that. Clean those rooms out, see if there's anything solid or useful. Have other new business?
Who's cleaning it out? We need to make sure that that's,
At the moment, well,
it doesn't have to be done this month. I'm just saying it's something that we should.
It doesn't?
Well, I'm sure who's gonna have to clean it out's kind of busy, so.
I'm moving on. Do we have any ability to take any action on
I think we
any
should
sign?
just post it all on you could take pictures up there, and if anybody wanted to come carry it out themselves, it would take the weight off of. You could unlock the room while you're in the office, and people could empty it.
Is that
What about
liability?
insurance?
Hush.
Which room? Both?
The quilting room, the stuff they want to get rid of out of the quilting room.
Not the machine, just the,
So just kind of reshare what Edie was already.
And whatever else there is that needs to go in that room. You see a problem doing that?
Is there anything in the room that's not supposed to go?
just the sewing machine.
Okay.
There's only like 5 items up there, maybe 4.
I would just, I mean, depending on how you set it up, don't just say it's unlocked, go take whatever you want.
No, they'd have to contact her to get it unlocked, and they'd have to do it during business hours, probably.
No, I think that's okay.
It's almost as much liability having the guy to do it, because if they fall down the stairs, we got workman's comp on them.
Yeah.
Trying to save you, okay?
I don't have nothing against workman's comp.
The city does.
Can we move on?
Yes.
Do we have any capability to put some traffic control signs on Will Street with regard to children at play? Do we have any slow traffic signs, or can we get
Have
them?
to order some.
Can we get some? And do you?
Nobody pays any attention to it anyways.
Would it be the council's interest to do, take some action there?
Well, I'd like to sign up on my road if I could. I think we
No.
talked about that before. That's not city though, that's county. I'd like a no Jake break sign up there.
I use my Jake brakes every time I come by, even my
Stop
pizza
it.
has Jake brakes.
It rattles the house.
Hey, excuse me, I hear it worse than you do. I'm right there.
Mine whistles more than.
Yeah, I know. Okay. anyway.
I think they do it on purpose.
Can you find out if that, how much a sign would be, Irvin?
Yeah, I can find out.
Thank you.
I don't think we have to go to a sign company. I think you can order them on Amazon.
I would think so.
I bet that might be a Michaela question, not.
No, don't make me do it.
Well,
Don't make me.
Well, you have
I was
nothing
just
better to
pointing it out for
do.
everybody else.
I can look it up and I'll go down and never order.
I'd appreciate it, I really would.
Children
Maybe
at
it'll
play
slow.
sign.
Slow, slow.
Speed bumps.
So is that a consensus that you guys want us to get that
Chuckle
sign?
about the slow children.
Well, it has to be a motion to spend money, right?
I like what the mayor suggested.
That's one.
He wanted to put speed bumps down.
Absolutely.
Holy
Said
moly
motion or
buckets.
consensus? Since we're spending money.
I do a motion.
Slow down kids and pets at play signs, 2-pack on Amazon for $24.99.
How
That's
big are
cheap enough.
I mean, are they this big?
They're this big at the
This
moment.
big?
No, I think they'll just be the normal one about this big.
Like 12 or 18 inches?
Yeah. Hold on, let me see if I can answer your question. 18 by 12.
That's a normal size.
Made of
40
plastic
mil
or-
rust-free aluminum,
Okay.
weather resistant, waterproof, durable ink, easy to mount for a neighborhood driveway or yards.
There you go.
If you just buy that.
And you can get, there's another, expensive. Oh, well, you can get, 4-piece, slow children at play, I think they're the same size. There's 4 of them for $42.99.
I'm sure we can use a few more.
$50?
that'd be all right.
I make a motion to approve up to $50 for the purchase of children at play signs.
That's what you meant.
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Other items of new business. I have a note here, we wanted to clean out that record room too, but I think I'm gonna wait with that till we see what we do with the quilting room and the other.
Well, there's one more thing under new business.
So there's audit.
I'm sorry?
Audit.
The audit, yes. Thank you. We have one proposal for an audit.
I'll have two. The only one is printed out. So this is a guy I brought to you before, Scott Lloyd, the guy at Galva that does Cunningham. So his minimum audit price is $10,000. But he, I mean, obviously is more expensive, but I mean, when I was messaging him, he responded like right away. Like he's pretty fast and he's highly recommended. I have also,
And he also went to the budget, right?
yes,
He also went to the budget.
yes. And I talked to, they're called Barney Associates with a V. I met them when I went to my conference, and they are out of Manhattan, but they travel all over. She is getting an exact proposal put together, but I talked to her today, and she said that we'd be looking at about $6,000 to $6,500 for an audit. So that's the two that I have. But she said she's gonna talk to her team and get a full quote back to me, but that's probably around what we're looking at.
And that's not the budget, that's just the audit, right?
Yeah. And I did talk to her about how it had been a while since we had an audit, and she said honestly, with how her firm is, going back like that is not a direction they would do. She said, but kind of in the process of how they would do theirs, you have to go back a little bit anyway. But so we would be looking at just like a 1 year audit, or if we went further down the line too. But that $6,000 to $6,500 is just for the 1 year.
Well, we have like 40 years that haven't been audited. So you don't think she'd go back?
She said,
starting with 21?
no, because she said with her firm, it's not a direction they would go.
So what?
Because starting with doing 2024, she'd have to go back to 23 anyway, as well. She has to go back to get the cash balances, she said. So she will have to go back, but she's not gonna do each year.
Brenda's not been comfortable with the cash balances that she had anyway.
No.
So we may have to go back, I'm thinking you gotta go back to 21. But I don't know, I mean, it's up to the auditors to decide.
Make a motion to go into executive session for 5 minutes. Mayor, council, and attorney.
And what's the subject?
For legal matters on audit.
Who's going
Huh?
in? Who's going in? I didn't hear.
Council, mayor, and attorney, do you think you need to?
I don't know.
And the right to call the, let's do it for, let me start that motion over, Michaela. I make a motion we go into executive session for 10 minutes. Council, mayor, and attorney with the right to call Brenda.
For attorney-client matters.
Attorney-client matters.
I'll second.
Aye.
I know not, yeah, 19. that hot anyway.
Did you take your shoes off?
Yeah.
I don't know if I got that many toes left.
They're not going to find really things that are coming forward.
Well, from the way she made it sound, she's gonna go back until they find the cash balances they need.
How does she know what they need?
But from, I mean, she just said that honestly, just with how far back it is, I think, and she said with how her firm is, especially being busy, she just doesn't think they can do it. She said she could do, you know, a year, and she would have to go back a little bit to get the numbers, but just going back that far is not a direction they want to go.
So,
And him, I don't know how far back he would be willing to go. I did not ask him that. And I did not want another
the
account.
21 is where it all started.
Want another offer.
I know. I just want them to know that I was gonna say, you know, the last auditor said change it. She wouldn't explain anything to me. I talked to Jeff, you know, and Hutch, and he said, you shouldn't have to do the whole year of.
Well, we had some systems about Tony's ATC, so.
And, well, from what I'm looking at, on what we paid them, they're not even cheaper. But then, after Deb was hired, then Linda, because Linda told me not to worry about it, not to make those changes, because we've never done this in the past. But then when Deb got here, Linda told her about it, and that's where it all started getting messed up. And I was going to tell them. You know?
It's on camera now too.
Do I need to tell them to shut up?
You said you didn't go that far.
Maybe they could believe it.
Well, I give them what I can. I'm missing WWE. WWE. I'm missing it.
You can practice your wrestling.
I'm not
movement
gonna
if you
practice
want.
wrestling. Well, the sound on it's bad anyway. Probably you. The sound on that's bad anyway. So I probably didn't catch it. It could have not. That's rude.
You didn't do it to save my soul.
What is she gonna do? Beat you up?
I guess.
After that, just call me when she's at my house. Have your cats attack?
My cats are friendly.
Have they come back yet?
Yeah, pretty much.
That's good.
Yeah.
I was worried about that.
Yeah, all under my feet.
I got new orange caps now. One looks rough. He looks rough. His eyes are all messed up. His ears are like, you know how normal cats' ears, but feral cats are kind of small, and his is like all different directions. His poor ears. That cat's messed up.
Darlene's gonna go for the side care. I'll sleep this week.
You want you to have an issue with it?
Yeah. It's not very. He doesn't have a problem.
That's what I dread about my animals. I can't keep a straight face on a little. I can't keep a the street and some look at Colton.
Don't look at it.
I'm tired. Best of homework assignment here. I have a discussion I have to do.
We'll probably end up bringing it upstairs tomorrow.
Is anyone gonna even come out for those quotes again?
Hmm?
Is anyone even gonna come out for the door again?
I don't know. Don't really care. I'm kidding. A waste of time getting quotes. You won't do nothing anyway.
Well, we're gonna have a special meeting.
So are you gonna call someone?
Well, Colton seems they should wanna honor their bid or not, but I doubt it. Everything else in the world's going up, so I don't know why that wouldn't go up. And it's been close to a year, maybe. I knew it should have brought all them old bids, wouldn't it? I started grabbing them, I thought, nah, I won't need them. I brought them last month.
Well, that's what I wanted to say. I wanted to say, I don't even know if people come out and do the bids anymore.
It's as good as it is, they don't get on. I mean, people get tired of coming out here and wasting their time
Yeah.
and never hear anything back, so.
I do too. Lord. This is the last thing we gotta do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you, Kayla.
Huh?
Thank you for putting that on there.
You're welcome.
I just don't want to have to bury another child because I'm an idiot. What they're doing is they're coming off the highway, running down Will and getting on Sun City to try to avoid the cops.
Doesn't matter, you ain't got anybody in enforce signs anyway, so.
Yeah, but it gives me a little more leeway to get out there and yell. For all the good it does.
You put all the signs up in the world, but nobody enforces it, ain't nobody paying any attention.
Well, I'll start getting license plate numbers. Community County will do something. I'll be a
Well,
thorn.
I ain't gonna do nothing anyway.
They don't like coming here.
Not for porch. That's my original.
I like the boys better.
I have my children too. And I have the trampoline out there.
Oh, yeah.
Like, we cleaned up the porch.
Yeah. Did they have white carpet or something on it?
I had, oh my god, I had so much crap on it. I had like 4 couches out there, chairs, a table,
What did you do with them?
dumpster, trash. We took it to the Reno County landfill.
Oh.
Did you get charged for that?
And Isley's, who do we have now, Stutzman's?
Yep.
They're real quick about picking up. Because there's a person on Burns that brought a couch out. And they called and they picked it up the day of trash.
Yeah, if you call ahead, they
Yeah,
will do it.
they're really good about
As
that.
long as one person or maybe 2 can do it, they won't charge.
Yeah, they're really good about it.
Did you take it to the actual landfill?
Mm-hmm.
Right, because on our taxes, we are paying.
If you have a Kansas plate though, because they check your plate.
I don't have a Kansas plate.
Well, they'll charge you then.
We didn't.
Really?
Yeah.
Because we pay on our property taxes.
Yeah, it's free for residents to dump free.
Yeah.
Because all they asked for was Holton's name, and that was it. Didn't ask for anything.
Well, last time we took a bunch there, they checked our license plate to make sure. But there's a lot of people that don't have the equipment to haul it.
Mhm. I'll make sure that's there. Well, I think because the last time they dumped stuff in our house, they had said it was free dump day. But then this time we went and there was a huge line and they didn't charge us.
Well, because like I was saying, on our taxes, there's a line that we pay. It used to be like close to $100 a year, or maybe semi.
I don't think it was that much.
But, and that is for us to use the landfill.
Yeah, because Pratt's is expensive. Pratt's expensive to go.
The only thing besides Sacramento County is you gotta go so far to dump it.
Yeah. When I moved out to Liberal, I forgot I was applying for the pilots, so they let me sit up front and sit with the packages. And they're like, why don't you go to Colorado, not Kansas? Because I'm moving to Kansas, and I felt like this Kansas is like the asshole. I'm just like, I was just young,
Hey, ready to go home. My heat like it's calling me.
Huh?
My heat like it's calling me. My back's calling me and I fell and took a chunk out of my leg and twisted my ankle. I'm just doing good.
Doesn't sound like you are.
And then James came over and we heard a thump and Craig had fallen out of bed. Yeah. We'll buy rubber suits for both of them, I think.
Here.
Do I need to sew it?
Huh? Yeah, if you could, that'd be great.
I got my needle and thread.
He just needs to get a new one eventually.
I guess you could start putting trees up.
They're coming back.
I'm gonna get all the way down there, rattle their noggins.
Yeah. Everybody's patiently waiting so Chrissy can cook dinner. She refuses to cook dinner till I'm home.
What are you having?
Chili dogs.
Oh, that's right. Dan didn't want chili dogs, so I'll cook them tomorrow.
Yeah.
Executive session ended with no action taken noted there. We'll be back in session here.
I think what we're looking at is, on this quote here that you got, that 10,000 to do an audit is for 1 year, and that doesn't actually include helping with the budget.
No, the budget's to 2,500.
Okay, that's the way I was reading. We're gonna have a special meeting on the windows and doors. What was the name on the other one that?
And they're auditing.
Barney.
Yeah.
Can we get an actual quote from them or what it's gonna cost to do audit?
Yeah, she said she'd have to by the end of the week.
And then, we should be able to deal with that actual quote and the window quote and, we may have to deal with the city guys tearing down that house. See where they get, or knocking it down, however you wanna say it. That may be at least 3 of the topics for the special meeting ASAP.
Okay.
Is that correct? Is there anything else? Anything else? And I would like to have a question on, does that Barney crew, do they do any budget work? And what would it cost for budget work?
Okay, I don't think they do, but I will ask.
Well, just to,
Yeah.
just see where we're at on stuff.
Are you speaking about the budget meeting we have in June or so when we allocate stuff before we have it? Aren't we on a contract with the
We are,
the last fellow for
but
4
it's
years?
just not helping them out. Not helping Brendan them out, it doesn't seem like.
He only signed up to do the budget.
But he told us right here that he would answer calls and,
But didn't he say that he knew people he could direct us to?
Yeah,
A daughter or son-in-law or something, wasn't it?
Well, I received an email from him today, but it wasn't the same email I contacted him with before. So I kind of double checked. I was like, is this your new email? And I haven't gotten a response. So,
see, I just don't know that I like everything that's going on now for the help you guys need. $400 for 4 years is a waste of money, but you could pay the $1,600 to break the contract if you don't want to do that, but if we ain't getting the help we need, we're gonna have to do something else. Sometimes expensive lessons come. Okay, are there any other questions on the audit?
What are we doing with the audits? Getting still more information? Okay.
And gonna have it on the special meeting with the
Yep.
windows?
Yep. Okay. And I had nothing back from the guy at Pratt. They assured me that they would be getting back to me if they don't ever.
Was that ATC accounts?
Yes. They were the ones who did the last one that I think we had done in year 22 for your.
I use them for my farm account, and them getting back to you was,
Impossible.
That's not very handy.
they're good if I call them, but they don't call me back.
Oh, yeah.
And I know that last audit cost us like 10,000 or something, and that was in 21, so.
The last one that she did, and I think it was close to 14,000.
Well, I knew it was over 10.
Because she did the audit on the city and also on the water project.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I just looked that information out.
Do we need a motion for anything official with regard to the audit? I'm moving on to governing body comments. Do we have any comments?
I only have one comment because I don't want to add it to the agenda. We need to find out about the bug spraying for mosquitoes and stuff starting summertime. We might need to contact them before long. But that's the only thing I have. Yeah, that's right.
Any other comments, any other business, good of the community? A motion for adjournment would be in order.
A motion to adjourn the meeting.
I'll second.
Aye.
Aye.
Nay.
So, I'll start.
Look out, you